Aries, welcome to your July 2023 weekly reading here. It's going to be your reading from July 24th until the 30th. So the last week of July. And if you're newer to the channel, it's your first time here, or maybe you're checking in after a while, be sure to also watch last week's read and the mid-month reads as well. So, and yeah, otherwise than that, let's go ahead and jump straight in. How are y'all doing, Aries? I think Aries are just really trying to get through Cancer season. All right, now we coming into Leo season. The sun's coming into your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, expression. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Aries. What's going on here? I kind of get this immature energy around you. I'm not saying that is you. It may be other people around you. Just hear me out for a moment. I know how you guys are always stereotyped as like being immature, and like you can sometimes be like the baby of the zodiac sign of the zodiac signs. I kind of get that energy here a bit. I think it's important to stand up for yourself and go after what it is that you want and be full of conviction and authority. However, also at the same time, I think it's also important to approach it in a mature way here, because I get you really in a very competitive energy, which there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're wanting to kind of, further your success here in your life. And it's interesting because there is an opportunity here for you, but also I would say this as well. When it comes to the intentions that you set, whether it's just on this new moon or that you set sort of in the past, you're applying yourself here this week with that Page of Pentacles being the overall energy here for the week. It's like you're applying your energy and your effort to creating what it is that you set out as far as like your intention. And for some of you, your intention is showing up in a form of a manifestation of some sort of opportunity. Okay. So, and I feel like you're very confident right now. I think it's important though with that Page of Wands to approach this in the most mature way. I'm not calling you immature, but what I will say, though, that moon card being in the future position here, there's still some things that are unknown. And so I feel like it's important to kind of look deeper and go beneath the surface here, because it's like your sense of practicality and your sense of your sense of being practical needs to be applied. Even like, because there's almost like a sense is like you're not going to know all the answers, but it's like if you can look as deep as you can into a situation, then I feel like you'll start to become conscious and aware of whatever it is that you're trying to become conscious and aware of. So hear me out for a moment. You have the moon card in the future position, but let's keep pulling the rest of your cards. And of course, we're going to clarify and we're going to get more into it. Some of you may have a Pisces placement that is influencing this. Also, I would say, well, let's keep going. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let me pull your astrology cards. You have Saturn Return age here. For some of you, this could be your Saturn Return, especially if you have Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn Returns kind of bring with it more of a burden of responsibility, right? Kind of like Saturn is the archetype that is hovering over us that we're having to work through when it comes to our Saturn return. And so Saturn deals with us having to be critical. What's up, buddy? Let me finish this. He was going crazy earlier. Not to interrupt your read, but he was going wild earlier. I think he had energy that he just needed to get out because he was like throwing his toys. It was hitting the wall. He had the zoomies going back and forth. And it's so hot here in Texas that, I can't really take him out for long periods of time. It's 110 degrees, maybe even hotter than that. But with the Saturn return here, it deals with maturity and growing up. And that's exactly what I was getting in the beginning of the reading here. So it's like you're almost having to take on more responsibility and you're having to approach things in a more cautious and critical way. Does that make sense? In a very analytical way. Because even with the Nine of Pentacles being in the position of something that you're unaware of here, I think this is really about what sort of lifestyle you want to live. Like, what are you ultimately building for yourself? Nine of Pentacles can represent that. Let's just say you're I don't know, I'll just use this example. You're a YouTube tarot reader. And it's like, that's your lifestyle. That's your business. That's your company. That's what you offer to the world. And it's also what supports you as well. And it's just like, it's sort of become like a lifestyle for you. So I think what's really being pointed out here is like, what is your current lifestyle? And do you have goals for yourself in the future? What are those goals? And are you applying yourself practically to them? And are you allowing yourself to actually further your conscious awareness in directions of newer things? Right? Because sometimes we can get in an energy, and we're about to keep, we're going to keep going, but what I'm picking up on in this read is like, sometimes we can get into an energy to where it's like, we kind of become comfortable where we're at. We're not uncomfortable enough to kind of change things. So we're just uncomfortable enough. And it's like, there's going to be these moments in time to where it's like, where the limitation, like where you start to notice like where you've sort of stopped or where you sort of plateaued. And it's through facing like it's through either putting obstacles in your way to grow, but because like, think about it. Let's just say you're YouTube tarot reader, but the next thing you know, it's like you want to be an astrologer. Okay, so that's going to be taking on a whole new thing, and you're going to have to apply yourself. This is just an example. So anyways, but yeah. So it's like, what do you want for yourself? What do you ultimately want your lifestyle to look like? And it's important also, the moon card being the archetype of Pisces. What are you visualizing for yourself? And can you tap into more creativity? Can you tap into the unconscious, subconscious energies? Right? Because the unconscious is creativity. And it's through conscious illumination of that unconscious energy where we can bring that creativity to life, to where we can access the power of our creativity. But anyways, the Ten of Cups is here in the position of your advice for the Page of Wands. It's like, what is the vision that you have for yourself ultimately? This is a kind of a deep reading. I think there's going to be a deep moment for you this week. I'm going to be real with you. Maybe it's through a moment of reflection, or maybe it's just kind of like an event that happens and you're just kind of and you're just thinking. But the Ten of Cups is, what's your vision for yourself in the long term? Like, what ultimately do you see as joy? What ultimately do you see as like your overall picture of happiness in your life? And once you find that, it's like pursuing that. Page of Cups is here, and the outcome here. Yeah, I think there's going to be a spice of creativity and a spice of inspiration coming in with this Page of Cups. Also, I would say in regards to love and romance, there could be a sort of like, there's interest in a person, whether that's you're having interest for somebody or somebody's having interest in you, I would say as well. But that Page of Cups being in the outcome is like understanding that it's okay to trust your own creativity. It's okay to trust your intuition. It's okay to expand outside the boundaries that you have placed yourself in. You have this root girl, says the disowned self. And it's very interesting. I had made a post on Threads, and then like I kind of posted on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to do that. But I was talking about what this new moon in Cancer is, and how with this new moon in Cancer, we're also going to have a full moon in Aquarius. And what I was ultimately getting, as I was just kind of glancing over the transits, is that this is going to be a new moon of deeper personal integration with inside or within, with our foundation, right? So our foundation, our core foundation, our ability to be able to nurture ourselves, our ability to be able to nourish ourselves, our home, our family, just our inner world and ourself. And that more doing deeper personal integration. And with this root girl, the disowned self, I think there's a part of yourself that needs to be integrated here. And the moon card being here in the future is the unconscious energy that you're tapping into. Does that make sense? Because by kind of going into the unconscious, you can illuminate, okay, I was unconscious about this. And through that process, you can integrate it into your consciousness. Does that make sense? I think that's what you're doing. So this is a deeper meaning. This is a deeper reading, and I think it's because this week there's a deeper meaning being brought to your awareness about your life and about yourself. And with this, with this lunation cycle, new moon in Cancer, I think this is us doing the last bit of integration. The sun will come into Leo, and then it'll be the expression of that integration. It'll be the expression of the self that is based upon a firm basis of selfhood, real selfhood. I think my reading, I don't know, nah, never mind. I ain't gonna say that, but anyways. In my reads, if you're new to my channel, I like to go deep. That's just me. I have a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising. I got Mars in the 8th. So when it comes to the invisible, I dig up the invisible. I illuminate the invisible. So let's see. What's going on, Aries? 7 of Swords on the Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, I just think there's other responsibilities that are calling for you at this time. And there's like a maturity aspect that's coming with it. It's like in order for you to really advance and build a lifestyle that you want and be the person that you want to be, I think you're realizing it's like, wow, I have to actually apply myself in a practical and disciplined way. I'm just saying. You have the Star card and the 7 of Wands as your overall energy. As your current energy at this time. Yeah, I feel like you're very inspired. It's like you're reaching that higher. You have a North Star, the Star card, right? You're filled with newer inspiration and faith, a lot of creativity. I would also say like you're tapping into your spiritual essence, and you're allowing your soul to really guide you, which is good. I would say here, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands is your challenge. I would just be aware of immaturity, whether there's immature people around you and you have to kick them to the curb, or maybe this is you, Aries. I'm just keeping it real with you. I mean, we can all kind of be immature in our own ways sometimes, and sometimes we can be petty, if we get pissed off or something like that. So I think it's one of you to be aware of that, to not allow the small things to upset you or kind of get under your skin. The Queen of Pentacles is here on the Moon card in the position of in the position of the future with the Two of Cups here. So I know this like I said, this could be love with that Two of Cups, but also the Two of Cups is the full personal integration. It's actually Kundalini awakening. It's actually an expansion of consciousness, some sort of spiritual awakening, right? And so there's a deeper awakening going on right now. There's just unconscious activity that you're bringing consciousness to, right? And what I mean by that, like unconscious activity, is we're doing things unconsciously, like our behavior is unconscious, or like our habitual patterns are being fueled by something in the unconscious, and it could be something that is that is not good for us, or that isn't really helping us. And so that Queen of Pentacles is like, okay, in the Two of Cups is like, I need to look and see what this is. I need to bring awareness to what this is. And it's the Two of Cups. It's the process of integration. Why do you think on the Two of Cups that there's the caduceus, right? Some of you, there's a Pisces in your future. I'll say that. But why do you think the caduceus is there, right? The solar channel, the lunar channels making up the caduceus, the masculine and the feminine being integrated, right? So it's like polarity. Where has there been an imbalance in regards to polarity with unconscious and conscious? Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles is in the position of something that you're unaware of here. I think it's like really confirming to yourself and understanding like yourself, like what you want, to create, right? And also like what your values are. The Lovers and the Two of Swords with the Ten of Cups is your advice here. I think this is about pursuing things that are of your higher nature, right? Like of your, like tapping into your higher self, right? It's almost like the ideal of like who you want to be, how you want to live, like I was saying earlier. Like it's like the spiritual essence of things, the highest attainment of your spiritual identity. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups is your outcome with the Judgment. Yeah, I would definitely say there could be, with all this energy here, that there's something going on with love. And I feel like there could be some sort of new initiation or something new that is inspiring some sort of romance here. But I would also say as well, like this is you getting more clear and starting to understand like your inner world a lot better, and making the judgment call to change things. Oh, Aries. I'm going deep in this read. This ain't no typical Aries read. You have the standstill card. I think this is about patience, but as well, it's like this card as well. It's like even if you think about the animal totem, I think it's a stork here. It's like a stork will just stand still in the water and will look and we'll wait for the opportunities. Like when a fish comes by, you'll get it, but he doesn't move, right? So it's like what's for you won't pass you by. And also, when opportunities do come, it's important to capitalize on them, but you don't have to force anything. You get what I'm saying? I think opportunities can pass you by, honestly. But they tend to find you again, but who knows how long that takes. You have acceptance, and it says eccentric here, and it's a moose. I think this is about embracing your unique nature of who you are, the parts of yourself that you maybe disowned. I think it's about finding those and activating those again and bringing those, integrating that and then allowing it to be expressed through your personality. What a deep read, Aries. What a deep read. Woo. I'm gonna leave your reading right here, Aries. If you want a personal reading with me, any specific question that you have, I'll answer. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I think I said the readings are on sale for the rest of July, so I'll take advantage of those. Yeah, you may want to get your messages before Venus retrograde, which is on the 23rd, I think. I don't know, I have to double check, but I think it's the 23rd. So yeah. It's going to be a lot of reevaluation and about our own relationships, the things that we value, the things that we like. And yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Bye, Aries.